more mistakes than everybody put together.
Boom! Okay, we're live. We should be. Are we? There's that intro. Sweet. My thing is way behind, so that way. There we go, yeah, sweet. Hey, VOD people, how's it going? There, fix that. All right. So, Dante's Peak is around the corner, everybody. And we got a lot to do. I'm trying to balance out the to-do list and what is the most important things to tackle. And kind of everything needs to move equally up the progress bar. And there are a few things that are lagging behind heavy duty. And that's what we're going to work on today, is getting one big thing further along, which is a full mountain. Chance, what is up? So guys, today I'm going to make a mountain. Alright, so if you've watched Curse of Amity Island, such as today's episode, the Jaws D&D episode, the jawsiest Jaws episode of a Jaws campaign that there could be. There is a set piece that makes a reappearance from the second episode, maybe the third episode. The set piece is a giant rock wall. Well, one, that that rock wall hasn't been used in a while, and it can serve a bigger purpose, which is you got a base. Today's all about recycling pieces and using them to continue their function as giant rocks. Kobe, Matthias, you one heck of a thumbnail. Haven't you always wondered what it would look like if I built a mountain? I did. That's why I'm streaming it. Alright. I got that. I'm gonna stand up. Maybe you can stand up with me. I feel like standing. Sick. Take off macro lens. Right. So I can't show you the other side of this because that's a spoiler for Curse of Amity Island, but I have some platforms helping it be lifted, so there's airflow underneath. Is it wobbly? It's wobbly because there's other stuff, but it's pretty solid. Okay, so this is a lower platform here, which I'm expecting this to be kind of the entryway to the mountain, or the base. We want to build up some form of wall setup here. This is getting pretty intimidating quick. it's really about kind of puzzle clipping things together. I got this circular piece, which we got some nice step work right here. I think that's pretty nice. I could easily have this be more of a spiral stairs. I like that. So this would nice cliffside, I guess. Have you gotten permission from Allie to use the big knife? Congratulations, big upgrade from the X-Acto knives. Allie, you know, what she doesn't know. Alright, so we got a couple little pieces right here that I'm kind of just stacking to make a rock wall. It's kind of working. What happens if I take two of these? What's going on? Oh, this is why I have these guys underneath. So since I have the humidifier fogger, I will often have little platforms underneath my big rock sets to help airflow. Not all of them, but the bigger ones I do make sure. Okay, so this is higher. I put that platform there. Well, that balances out really well. Cool. Glue it down and it'll be pretty solid. Okay, so we have this weird little platform. My daughter and I learned from your model making videos to make terrains and details for our Christmas. Oh my, Christmas dioramas? Dioramas. You know, that's one way to pronounce that word. Dioramas. Alberto, that's awesome. Let's rotate this. There, I like that it's sticking out. It's more obvious of a platform over here. And this is very obvious a cliffside. That's pretty good. So we have a walking path. Nice big open space. Walking path, big open space. Nice tall perch. That's looking really good. That's better than what I thought it was going to look like. And it's not too tall. We got 2, 4, 6, give or take, so it's a little bit higher. 6, so give or take, I'm gonna say about 7, 8 inches, pushing 8. It's about 7 inches. Cool, I like that. Take some photos. I'll post the photos into the Discord. Cool. Yeah, it'd be cool to get some brickwork going on around here. I also have this spare 1-inch piece that I can expand on, but I don't know where to expand it yet. But right now it feels a nice controlled vertical and wide horizontal play space. Things that need to get glued down. I'm gonna sit down now that I'm done crafting as a standing person. There we go. Cool. Oh, actually, if I switch cameras, you'll see a nice version of this image. Look at that. You can see it right here. So I feel like I need to start by gluing some, make sure all the base level stuff is glued. So lift that up. So it looks like we have a couple like simple platforms that need to be built. And it looks, that would make it look like there's a nice cave entrance that you could crawl into. You can even see one of the giant laying on the first brick. Yeah. James, my man builds an entire mountain and live streams the whole thing. That's talent. It's God's work, you know? Alright, so we have these two platforms that need to get glued down. Very simple. It's all recycled pieces from previous builds. Not all. The round one I've never used. I've cut this in the hopes to make something really cool, and then I just wasn't happy with the direction I was going with it, so I just stopped. Let's do this. There we go. So this is being glued down. Cmike is God, confirmed. This just in. Alright, so before I glue this piece down, there is a big opening right here that needs a lot of texturing. So, there's only one way to do that is with small knives. Small knives, where are my small knives? I got my small knives, and my ruler, and my bigger small knife. Brickmaster! Hey, speaking of bricks, the master is here! That's a great one. Let's see if I can give you an angle of what I'm doing. Relax, camera. You guys ready to see everything sideways? Yeah, you guys can't really see that. Let's just get your necks fixed up. Oh my gosh, it's me again. You know what I can do? Guys, look how smart I am. See how smart I am? Okay. So we are chopping up right here. It's a really tough angle to see. I'm sorry, guys. But I'm basically making that stone texture that I've been doing for all the rocks. How good is the table? Does it look, does it spin around too much, or is it just right to look at? The table? The table's fine. Kobe, you might have broke my brain. The Lazy Susan is very wobbly, but it does get it a little bit higher for me. If I answered that question poorly, restate your question in a less confusing way for my brain, and I'll answer it better. All I can promise. All right. Dude, a full Christmas diorama. I want to see that. That sounds so fun, especially if you made it with your kid. Alright, so that's a lot better. Show it off best I can. I got an idea. So you can see that I really added that texture onto that corner. Turntable thing. Yeah, it's not that stable, but it does lift it up. Who needs a knife when you have a metal ruler? Isn't that the truth? Okay, so that's cleaned up. I got another patch right here that needs work. You can see how this is just like a clear cut foam. It doesn't match the texture work of anything around it. Now this technically is the back side of it, and no one's really going to play right here. But because the turntable, the motorized turntable that a fan, Alex, donated to the channel, is robotic and just spins 360, we will see it. So we want it to at least look right. I probably spent a good month cycling old rock pieces, because I was like, I don't want to destroy something I spent a lot of time building, but I also don't want to get more stuff. But then I thought about it, like, you know, recycling it so I can continue to use the material is absolutely worth it. Great. This actually has a different style of rock going on right here, which is okay. Right here's a very classic style. You can see that it's much larger in chunk, and the further we get back, we see the nice little like rocked, ripped style. Up front is what most people talk about being the big chunk rock look. And then we got this. This is great. So it has a variant look of rocks. Okay, so this piece needs to live here too. But it needs to be lower, so get rid of this round table. I have not revealed the name. We're gonna hold off on that for once we're ready to do that. Otherwise, it is codename Dante's Peak. So, need to kind of trace that loosely. Yeah, I like that. You know, big mountains need big knives. That should... Oh, that fits so much better. Great. So this was a flat edge. I just cut that pivot, the valley, into that edge. So that way, it can just slip. It can just slip a little bit more onto that right there. Perfect. Now we grab the hot glue gun. Go. And they'll dry really quick. I'm thinking about these loose pieces of foam is they might make good little like chunks of rocks laying everywhere. Getting a text message saying that a bunch of packages just arrived. Well, too bad I'm streaming. What is it? This week and weekend, I'm heading to Vancouver for a family wedding. Hopefully I can get another episode of Curse of Amity Island out by Sunday. as well as by Friday a podcast episode's going to drop, and then next Monday another D&D tips video. So now I believe this was supposed to go here. This is all got to get texture. But this rock right here needs to find its home. Basically right there. Yeah. It ain't my wedding, but thank you. For me, it's just, it's going to be nice for the brain. But I really don't want to go because I don't like traveling when I have work, which is all the time. So I'm always a ball of anxiety about it. But it's family, and, you know, sometimes you just got to be a grown-up. Oh no, the glue! Glue is dripping. Why is the glue dripping? Oh, wow, that's barely hanging on. Okay. I don't want it to be that low. I actually do want it to be like that, so I'll just have to put more glue on it in a bit. I don't know how you do it, but every video you've been putting out has been super helpful for the current problems. You're welcome. I have literally been reading your mind. So if you've been wondering how I've been doing it, when you subscribe to the channel or the Patreon or join the channel or join the Discord, you give me the permission and right to read your mind for video ideas. You're welcome. How do I do it? Magic. Another glue stick. The glue wisps. That will help. Yeah, you gotta read those terms, buddy. So we have, it's a mountain video. So we got a dwarf right here, moves up here, moves up here, moves up here. Love it. It's just gotta dry. Another one? Yeah. Yep. Oh, that's pretty tall. Mostly I'm thinking potions. I want to make a whole video about this because I hope it's a long enough video. I'm magic items. I'm sticking with what I'm talking about in this video. But for potions, just like I recommended like aged wine for rare potions, I was trying to think of ways like, hey, maybe like fresh mountain water is like a D6 healing, or coffee is a potion of vitality, or like a lesser version of potion of vitality where you roll a D6 to remove X amount of exhaustion. And it really gets having a small dice rolling reward attached to a drink in town, kinda like, as long as the players know, it enables them, but it's like, hey, do you want to interact with the town? There are literal mechanical rewards of it on top of the role playing. So I want to do a follow-up video about that stuff. And it'll probably come out after I film the adventure with Dante's Peak adventure with this mountain, because by then I'll have tested that theory out. Martin Hall. All right. Before I cut myself, what I want to do is go to the hot wire cutter and trim this. So, I'll be right back. Feel free to chat in chat. All right, I'm back. So, nice clean cut right off the top. Now, it should fit. Make sure you hit the like button on the stream, and to let me know if you think this mountain is either big enough or not big enough. Liking the stream tells me both. There she is. Ooh, that might be a better idea. Oh yeah, that's a way better move. I'd probably say the most recent episode of Curse of Amity Island that came out today. You don't need to watch the entire series to enjoy this specific episode. There's some plot points near the end of the episode that are like, wow, that was crazy. But yeah, it's like the first half of it is really satisfying to watch if you're a Jaws fan. Jaws fan? Haven't been able to watch the newest episode of Amity. I'll be watching it tonight. Heck yeah. I'm at work, but just want to say, have a good crafting stream. Martin, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you have a great day at work. Or if you just want to keep me on the background, I'm okay with that too. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to have an encounter on the side of a mountain or not in Dante's Peak. But day after day, not building it has put me in concern that if we do, I don't have a good enough terrain set piece for if we need it. Because one of the design pillars moving forward that I want to think about when making these adventures is if we're not going to have combat, we don't need, you know, a terrain piece. But it's really hard in a game like Dungeons and Dragons when you don't know where the combat might take place. Camera's way over here. There we go. Miguel, what is up? Happy Tuesday. Got that textured out. It's not terrible. There is a nice little cliff piece here that a mini could. Yeah, that'll work. Down here is going to be the hard part. Round off these edges. My blade just fell out of my hand. There it is. I don't know how good this knife is if it can't hold the blade. Now we need to make the divots. Now we need to make divots. Kind of just pops them out, and it kind of gives that vertical gap, not vertical, horizontal gap. But you can get a sense of verticality. What time is it? 1? Okay. There we go. I'm happy with that. It's a nice rock textured look. Now that is a knife. Plus 3 damage. Pink foam is amazing. Alright. So let's make sure that this bottom piece is all secured. Can't show you the bottom because it's a spoiler. Because these are all recycled pieces. It's a spoiler for Curse of Amity Island, the Jaws D&D adventure that's available to watch right now, episodes 1 through 16. Uncut sessions on Patreon, patreon.com/FablesD20. Did I do it? Did I do the good plug? You guys vote. Tell me if it was a good plug. Kobe, you're heading to bed. Have a good night. Sean! Sean's been lurking. What up, buddy? Problem with adding hot glue to a spot that's already hot glued is that the hot glue that you just added heats up the old hot glue, and it just becomes a hot glue mess. Thank you, Miguel. I like the idea of having a nice chill stream, and then I can be the source of chaos. Get this out of my face. Cool. All right, so we got the first step nice and secure. I might cut this even shorter right here. Not shorter. Yeah, literally vertically shorter, not horizontally shorter. Just to make it appear more like a step. So now this should be able to... Oh, that'll be nice and secure. It's gonna feel nice. Oh, that's the wrong piece. There we go. Do it this way. If I just move it just slightly over, it now becomes like a place where somebody could climb as an alternative. That's pretty cool. Ripping off a band-aid. Here, let me go to the big camera. I actually just got home from work. What up? That's funny. It looked like you were lurking. Alright, so I'm gonna rip this piece off. No paper mache volcano. The volcano's too big. So ripping that piece off allows me to take it and line it up a little bit more securely against this wall. This. I want that. Glue drips. Okay, it's about to get a lot more stable. You know, we joked around early on about... Where did I draw that line? over here. About having like some sort of volcano, but it would just make a really big mess. So I wanted to avoid it. As fun as it would be, it would make a big mess. Now that should fit. And it does. Trying to like look at it and feel out the vibes of the structure. I know I can do it. There we go. Is a square piece more efficient and more effective? Where do you get your pink phone from? I get it from Amazon. Because I don't have a car, so I can't drive to like a home improvement store and get the phone. I have to pay a little bit more expensive fee for it. Exposed to the clean work right now. Square might be better right now. But then where do I put the circle? Oh wow. That's an interesting idea. Or is the circle... Do we use the circle to go to 8 inches and make it a higher platform? Okay, so this is a good start. There's a lot of texturing that needs to get done for this rock. For this big square piece. So we're looking at cutting there. We gotta texture this. And then we're gonna want to do that there. See, that looks so this piece is a whole operation on its own. Now we're just gonna glue, guys. Alright, so we glued that piece. Welcome everyone to the model building session of what does a mountain look like when you recycle all your battle maps. The answer is it looks really organic. Like today's, it's going to be too tall to fit on camera. Like today's episode where you couldn't even see the whole lighthouse and appreciate it. I know. Oh. That's why it's, right now it's 7 inches. I believe it's 7 inches. Yeah, right now it's 7 inches. We don't want to go higher than 9. 10 is the ceiling of minis because of that learned lesson. The next campaign, the Dante's Peak campaign. So if it looks like that, I like this little guy just randomly here. So what I'm noticing that you guys might not be able to see on camera. Let's see if I can. You see this little gap right in here? That actually leads all the way to the back side. That leads to the back side right here onto a platform that I can have a baddie shoot down and get advantage on players who are just starting their climb. And then they can run back and run into the main battle zone area. So that's pretty cool. How far out can I move this? Right now it's just the thinking phase of like, well, let me grab some monsters. Okay, we got a nice medium size, we got a large. I got some hill giants. The dwarf on here. That lone dwarf. We got an axe beak up here, so that way I can kind of feel if someone wants to bring an axe beak companion. There we go. And the visuals can chill out around here. In the future, you should splice placing some 360 degree spin around battle maps with running over the person Bleep. In the future, you should splice in some 360 degree spin around Oh, do you mean like B-roll? Yeah, I want to get better at that. Having some monsters here to fill up the space really helps my thinking. Select that. Okay. So, looking at this piece, this square piece, it'd be easier if I just go quickly cut this on the laser cutter. Oh, yeah, so like the dungeon craft. I understand. Yeah, so that is why we have a circle battle map, and now we have like a motorized rotating 360 table, and that's gonna come in handy. That arrived just after Curse of Amity Island finished. So future adventures and one-shots have a full 360 spinning battle map at all times, and it's so much nicer, even as a DM and a player, is because we can build that 3D map in our brain. And you guys get a much cooler shot, especially in the Lost Mine of Colossus. Oh, that map looks so good. There we go. So, I place it like so. So we get a little gap here, but I think that's okay. Yeah, now it's just a lot of texture work. Alright. Get all these focus distracting. Look at my face, camera. Look at it. Listen here now. lot like Arizona. You know, when you hold it up just right. 2015 with Node videos and Sam DM. They showed me how to run it fun and rules light. Oh yeah. I think the toughest part is when you want to run things rules light, is you want to be as familiar with the rules as possible, so you know what rules to not use, which ones to ignore. It's kind of just like filmmaking. You want to learn how other filmmakers do it, and then choose to not do it. Making a mountain. Great example is how I run initiative. Like, I, as the dungeon master, don't roll initiative. I leave it up to the players to roll initiative. The person who rolls the highest goes first, and they can choose to go clockwise or counterclockwise on the table. 9 times out of the 10, they're going to go the way that leaves me good to go last. But I don't care. But if you watch today's episode with the Jaws episode, you're going to see a whole nother initiative system that I kind of brought to the table. Very simple, very fast, very deadly. You're right, Sean. Why am I complaining about a mess? I fixed it. Sneaky. Sneaking in like a rogue in the shadows. Sneaky. Yeah, I feel like the only time during my initiative system that players have chose to let me go first is when they've all have something readied and an action is ready to go. or they're all hiding. I personally like the shark initiative. That's what I'm gonna call it, because it's perfect for when you're on a boat. The shark initiative is really cool. Kind of perfect for 2 players. Okay, so we got some texture. What's that look like? That looks really good. I don't need to do all the sides with this like groove texture that I'm doing now, but just enough. What I just did is I drew a line with the knife right across here. What I want to do is try to cut that height in half. Oh. There we go. That looks sick. You can see now that nice step that exists there. Design-wise, that kind of encourages players to take the nice long turn. Yeah, the scoring of vertical and horizontal does such a good job. And then once you really add in those grooves, it's game changer. covered in foam, guys. I wonder why. Cool. So this is now in place. Let's put on this. It's okay if this floats. As long as it means that there's enough space for tactical movement. I think there is. Okay. I love doing stuff off camera. Makes me feel like I'm a professional streamer. You guys ever have that feeling? By the way, ooh. There we go. All right. Never had that feeling. Got what feels like a near final draft of the aerial combat system. Which is going to come in play during Dante's Peak. So I'm happy that's got its work done, and I can focus on other homebrews like travel and jousting. The laggy stream proves your profession. The narrative of me stealing my internet to stream is hilarious. Okay, I'm pretty satisfied with that. It's literally foam.
There's some foam on the microphone. Right? Is this a little too sensitive near the mic?
Make it look easy? Do I make it look easy that I'm stealing internet? Is that what you're saying? Dude, I'm not just a streamer or a DM, I'm also a thief. I think some spare bases, some glue on those bits of foam could make really awesome scatter terrain. I agree. No anchor points to keep these two together. Dude, McDonald's Wi-Fi is, you know, the crispiest. It's not the fastest, but it is the crispiest. 20% meat, 90% soy, guys. If you didn't know that was the Big Mac, well, now you do. Give it a couple ads. I don't have the button. Nice, nice, nice. So we have some steps. We have some steps that creatures can take. We have a platform a creature can hide right up here. They can climb up here, take a step, and take another step. We can place monsters. Can't really see up here, but we can place monsters here. And there is plenty of space for movement. We could probably put a nice tree in the corner and really decorate it with some foliage. We can toss a tree or two. Yeah, having a couple trees there. Let's see, where else? We could put a tree. Yeah, we could put 1, 2, 3 trees, so there's like a nice look to the ground, the nature. What is English? Did someone in chat define English for me? Thanks. Never skip ads. If you want to skip ads, pay for premium. Because then your view counts as 2 to 3 times more valuable for your favorite creators. Okay, so we have a nice platform. I want to try to use this circle. That just cuts off down here. What if I put the circle up here? I don't think the circle's gonna work. I just straight up vanished from the stream. I had to go find my tinfoil. They are glued, Sneaky. I thought about doing like magnets and stuff. But honestly, I was like, I just want this one big chunk to rock in. Because I was just like, I thought about it and I was like, I could do it, but I really just need it done. And I wasn't entirely sure how I was going to put it together either, so planning out the magnets would have been a pain. What can function now, though, is now that we have a base structure that exists and we know where pieces are going to go, I can cut it all apart again and attach it via magnets. Which one do I recommend? Oh no, I got a really cheap box set of stick glue. Multi-temp? Doesn't really say that much on the box. Let me take a look. Yeah, it just says bulk pack 4-inch, 4-inch wide, 10-inch long glue sticks. I wish it would actually tell me more. Adhesives would you recommend for pink foam? So I use hot glue for quick drying. What's the word? Quick drying and frustrating pieces. So if I'm gluing two walls together and they're not, and they're just like missing each other, I want to get a quick drying hot glue in there, and then I can scrape off the edges. Otherwise, I use wood glue for most of it. So I don't need to beat up this, I just need to beat up right here, I think. Alright, so we have it all laid out. Like what I'm going to do right now is grab the, the wood glue. I'm going to cover this in wood glue, and then I'm going to cover it in black pepper, and that's going to give it its grainy top texture. So here we go. We're going to put in hot glue. Can you hear me now? How about now? Can you hear me now? I'm going to put not hot glue, wood glue, premium wood glue. There you go, just for reference. If you want to get it yourself, not sponsored, I should probably toss an Amazon link somewhere, so that way I can get 1/2 of a cent from every purchase you make. Here we go. So we're basically covering the top surface. I'm just going to use my hands. Not a problem. And really kind of just get it scattered. And what this is going to do is going to make a nice adhesive surface, so that way I can toss in that grainy texture on top. I think my grass had just arrived, and what I use for grass is dill seeds, rather than gamic scenery or anything like that. So first we're going to toss in black pepper. Cool. Now let's put some glue everywhere else, so that way we can just start pouring. Ooh, you did. Big globs. So if you don't want to paint, you don't have to. I think powdered black pepper looks really good as dirt. But I do like to paint over it. Just make sure when you work with black pepper, you don't touch your eyes. For a well-seasoned terrain. What I want now, keep going higher and higher with this, so I want to get up here. And you pretty much want to get close to the edge. So it doesn't look like you just did it right dead center. And this is, you would want to leave this to dry for about a day. We got this little platform over here that I need to, I'll just take some glue with my fingers. There we go. Though it's not good to touch your eyes with this stuff, it is eco-friendly and organic, so you don't have to worry about a kid or a pet accidentally licking it, because they won't like the flavor. I'm gonna lick the mountain next time I come over. So the black powder I'm using, organic black pepper powder. Let's see, what size grain is it? It's very fine. Yeah, I'm not sure. But there we go. We got essentially dirt texture into the rocks. Why don't I just use sand? Because sand is even finer than this, actually. And it doesn't catch the light just right. Like, on top of this, I'm going to put even more of these scrap pieces of foam. So, the whole point is to catch light. And plus, sand can get everywhere. Of course. So I'm going to sprinkle some of this foam. I can kind of fill in this nice little gap here. There we go. Also, I've had this bag of black pepper forever. Oh, they're fine. They really hate it. So they're not going to go near this stuff. Speaking of cats, cat litter grit would probably work pretty well. That is true. Sadly, I use pine pellets for my cats. So it really does depend on the litter. I know they have like crystal litter now that changes the color depending on the quality of the urine in your cat. So that way you can determine how to balance their water. Which I would say is more important if you have a male cat than you do if you have a female cat. already commented to Black Pepper Sneaky. You've already committed. Oh, committed, yeah. Guys, we can't mix up our texture. Oh my gosh, what are we? A $100 budget model? No, guys, this is a recycled model. We can't get that fancy. We got some loose glue on the sides here. Let's sprinkle some foam rocks. Talk about recycle. I'm just literally using the scrap trash to make rocks. I'm just finding little corners that could use just a little bit more resolution. And I'm sticking those foam scraps in there in the hopes to give it more life. Really all about just making trash work. I see a lot of people out there using different types of paste, like wall filler, and I've used it before, and it has some nice results, but it's really hard to take off later when you want to recycle pieces. So sticking to the same material that you're just working with makes a lot of sense for my brain. You see, the black pepper's kicking in. Oh. Bottle here full of water. More glue in there. Wow, that was aggressive. Apparently there's some incense in this water. Smells like lavender. And now what I'm doing, Mike, come here, microphone. So now what I'm doing is I'm using watered down glue in a spray bottle to kind of get glue, weaker glue, but glue nonetheless, into the crevices to hold down a lot of these rocks. Nice big rock. There we go. And the sprayed water glue also helps keep the black pepper down. nose is running because of that sneeze. Alright guys, we did a lot. We made a mountain. It's not finished, but we made it. And it went from literally nothing to a twisting cavern of stairs. This can even be used underground as like a platform or a cave. This is pretty great, honestly. I really like it. I think the backside could be cleaned up, like it's kind of whatever, but that's not the point of it. Water glue is great. Woo! So yeah, now we got this thing built. We have a base rocky dirt texture going on. We let it dry. And now that I put water glue on it, it's going to take about 2 days to dry. And then once it's dry, I will prime it with my black dungeon spray. I feel like that's going to be a little low, but all I need to do is hit the pink spots, and that'll be good enough for the starting point. So guys, we literally did it. We met the expectations of the title. Thank you, Sean. We actually built a mountain. Didn't see that coming, did ya? 0 distractions, by the way. Even though I never get distracted. Tossing this leftover black pepper around the edges so it doesn't just go to waste. And yeah, guys, this is pretty set. So if you want to build a mountain, let me blow my nose. Oh, the pepper. So if you want to build a mountain for your tabletop games, Dungeons and Dragons, whatever it is, and you're using pink foam, there's many streams on this channel talking about how to texture the sides of foam to create a rock-like texture. We basically applied that to everything here. We recycled old rock walls that aren't being used. And a big thing about making a mountain is you want a path. Like any video game level or game level, you want a path for your players to go. So they're going to start down here and they're going to work their way up, or they're going to work their way up and find their way down. And you want plenty of space for monsters and combat if that's what you're going to do, or even just putting, a tree, a fountain, or whatever you want right here. And then you can repaint it as much as you want, as long as you can fit in your storage. And we use black pepper powder. You can use sand, you can use actual dirt, it's up to you. And we use wood glue to pretty much glue that texture to the surfaces. We used hot glue to glue the different foam pieces together. And days since distracted, 1. You mean 100. And then let's see, what else? What else makes sense to remind you guys? To keep it tied down, we basically used glue water. It's just water, tap water mixed with the wood glue as a way to keep a lot of the loose material that are basically scraps glued to the whole piece, so you have a rock-looking texture around the cracks, so it doesn't just look like Lego pieces. And you don't need that around every corner. Like, I did do a lot, but it's okay. So yeah, this can be used underground, above ground. It's a hill, it's a part of a mountain, it's a cave. This is a pretty diverse piece of terrain. And then if you want to use it in a different location, you don't need to make more of these. You can basically have this standard and ready to go with gray. And then let's say your players want to go to the Arctic or they want to go to the desert. Repaint it. Repaint it to look like something that belongs in that location. And honestly, your players are going to love that because they're going to be like, hey, it's the same terrain piece. We're used to playing on this level. Just like video games where they reuse models and textures and locations and maps. Yeah, it's boring in a video game, but for tabletop, it's a great cheat. Well, I gotta let this dry before we do any more work on it. I think next time, next stream, which I leave Thursday, and I'm gonna be gone all weekend. I think tomorrow, being Wednesday, if it seems dry enough, I'll start priming it. I won't be able to prime it on camera because I have to go outside to use spray paint, but I will start priming it tomorrow if I feel like it's dry enough. And that way we're just an extra step ahead on the next live stream. Alright guys, we did a lot. So, and how tall is this? This should be about 7 inches tall. Let me double check. Will there be a release on Sunday? It is 7 inches tall. 7 inches tall. There should be a release on Sunday. There will be a podcast that drops on Friday. For those who are already backers, you're going to be very familiar with it. It will be the How Chris and I Met podcast conversation. We're making that public so that way next Friday, the first episode of the Lore podcast, people, subscriber, visitor, patron, member, you all have context to who Chris is. And then we can start releasing the Lore podcast episodes. And then Sunday, ideally the next episode, episode 17 of Curse of Amity Island gets dropped. And then next Monday, another Talking Head DM tips video drops. And then next Tuesday, I should be able to stream again. And I'll probably try to stream a little bit earlier next Tuesday, just to catch some more of you European team. And yeah, great. I'm happy. Are you happy? Because I'm happy. We should both be happy right now. Everyone, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you so much for watching the channel. Make sure to watch the latest episode, Curse of Amity Island, episode 16, Jaws D&D. It dropped today. It is a busy schedule, and I think I'm crushing it. Don't break the illusion. I think I'm crushing it. Well, everybody, have a wonderful rest of your day, afternoon, evening, and of course, good night.
Good night. Good night. Good afternoon. Good evening. Good night. Good afternoon. Good evening. Good night.
Good afternoon, good evening, good night. Good afternoon, good evening, good night. Good morning! Good morning!
Good night.
Case that don't see ya. See ya. See ya. Good afternoon, good evening, good night. Good morning! See ya. Good morning!
Good night.
Case that don't see ya. See ya. See ya. Good afternoon, good evening, good night. Good morning!
Good night.
Good morning!
Good night.
Case that don't see ya. See ya.